Hello, welcome back to Premier League Dad. My name is Kee. We are live for the Manchester Derby. Manchester City against Man United at the Etihad. What a lovely afternoon of football it's been, eh? What a lovely, lovely day of football it's been. I've really enjoyed it today. I've got a big smile on my face. It's all good, right? Well, we can just enjoy this now. We can just have a laugh. It's all good. We can just have a chat and watch a bit of footy. So yeah, whatever team you support, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think predictions-wise for this one. It's an interesting City side, and the City bench doesn't look particularly strong, it has to be said. Razine thinks 3-1 City, Haaland brace and Tijani goal. Sesko finally scoring for United. I think 3-1 is the goal prediction I've gone with as well. I think United probably score first. I think City get caught cold, but City have just got the stronger team, and I think a little bit more wherewithal in attack to actually make the game a bit more uncomfortable for United. Brian and Burmo, Ahmad and Sesko is an attack that causes problems for City, but I think if they don't get the ball to him enough, and I think that's going to be the problem for United, playing through the midfield, that midfield of Agate and Fernandes will get absolutely dominated by City. Agate needs to have the game of his life today. He is maybe the most important player on the pitch, because if Agate plays how he has played, City walk this by 3 or 4. That's the kind of game we're about to see. Depends entirely on Manuel Agate. I think he's an incredibly important player in this one. So, time will tell. We shall see how he stacks up. But I think Rodri has got the better of him, and I'm intrigued to see exactly how it goes. Let me know what your thoughts are. Kee, you can't celebrate beating Burnley. Absolutely disgraceful. John, all smiles now, Kee. Performances aren't there yet, but the result is all that matters. That's it. Liam Manning, did Liverpool win? They certainly did, mate, yeah. Welcome to Milan, good to see you. SW283, Mohamed Salah. A gift from Allah. What a player. Listen, I'll be honest, it's not even the most Salah thing. Salah was pretty awful today. But it was a really good penalty at the end, and it was a pressure penalty, and that's the important thing. Joe, where's the Man U background now? No penalty. There's no way that's getting saved, is it, John? Where's the Man U background? I'm not putting a Man U background up for this one. No chance. There's no Man U shirts in my Arsenal anyway, or Arsenal shirts. Ostermorg, another clean sheet as well. And this is it. Arsenal fans were telling us how important clean sheets are. And Newcastle fans. Apparently they're mega important. Another clean sheet for Liverpool. Love it. Tough to get a clean sheet away at Burnley. United conceded 2 against these. A round of applause as well, by the way, for Ricky, the Hitman Hatton, who died this morning. Very, very sad. Poor fella. He'd struggled for a few years with mental health, with addiction, and he'd not been well. He'd not been a well man for a while. But incredibly sad that he's passed away. So, lots of love to Ricky Hatton's fans, family, all that good stuff. It's a very, very sad day for him. But they've just honoured him with a round of applause, minute of applause before the game. Samuel Mark Ingram, Peter Schmeichel, Petr Cech would save from Mohamed Salah. They didn't have a terrific record, did they, from penalties? I'm sure Cech had a pretty woeful record from penalties. Liam, do you know what, Liam? We don't know. We have no idea. But he'd been pretty poorly. He talked about his struggles, like mentally, and how he had issues with addiction and stuff for a few years. So who knows? But again, it's sad. He wouldn't be the first. He wouldn't be the last. So sad. Ryan, what a legend. Such a young age too. Yeah, 46. 46. No age. 3-star Reds, great to see City paying tribute to the great late Ricky Hatton. Did the great man a disservice earlier in a tribute when I said he was an Everton fan. Sorry for that, Ricky. God bless you, legend. Right, well, we're off and underway here at the Etihad. Let's get it going. What are we on? 10, 11, Oh, Christ, I've put minutes instead of seconds. Haaland. Oh, very nearly 1-0. Whew, tell you what, talk about a fast start. That would have been a fast start. A very fast start, it has to be said. Sink, first half. Right, there you go. We're all synced up. Callum the Red, what are we saying, Callum? Hopefully woke Burnley will go down to National League. Worse than bloody Stoke. Mate, Burnley played well today. Burnley defended really, really well. You've got to give him the credit. Be yourself, Dylan. Title is Liverpool's to lose. Listen, Liverpool have got it in the bag. We've got it in the bag. You don't win games of football like that and then throw the title away. That's how Liverpool. That's how titles are won. That is how titles are won. With games like that, and Liverpool do it better than anyone else and have done throughout Premier League history. More late winners than any other team. We don't know the meaning of giving up. Shelley, come on, City. City are in down the left-hand side here. They've started quite well. Has to be said. Liam, Burnley defended like beavers. If you know, you know. Those ferocious little devils. Not tigers or lions. Beavers. Oh, 3-star Reds nearly chalking off a shot on target for Haaland there on my bet builder. Reece Lamons is not making an appearance this season. I can't understand why he's not started him. Joey, to be fair, Arsenal scored a fair few last-minute winners a few seasons back and didn't win it. Might just be the bottle in their DNA. Yeah, Arsenal. Honestly, Arsenal fans, that will have hit them so hard. That will have literally hit them like a ton of bricks. I've seen a few Arsenal fans on socials already going, absolutely the luckiest team ever and all this. None of them have actually claimed that it wasn't a penalty, thank God, because clearly it was a penalty. Everyone knew that was a pen, right? Nobody's actually doubting that was a pen. And he's tugging in the box today. Hey, there might be. Yeah, maybe there is. We now, that's the new catchphrase for the channel, innit? Tugging in the box. Beware. Reece literally caught it. Never a pen key. Burnley set up to lose, says Matt. They did, didn't they? They didn't give it enough of a go. Here's Sesko. Benjamin Sesko, first shot on target. Donnarumma chests it. Super easy. But Sesko shot on target at least. That ticks that off your bet builder. 3-star Reds, no tugging in the box today, please, gentlemen, in this Mank derby. Ball into the box. Oh, Donnarumma comes out and punches it clear. Good keeping, that, actually. It's already quite a stretched game, this, isn't it? Great play. Over to the left-hand side. Doku chasing down Yoro. He's a good player, Yoro. He is a good defender. Joe Salah was offside. Oh, it's good stuff. The team, by the way, I don't know if anyone saw coming in, but Donnarumma, Kusanov, Diaz, Guardiola and O'Reilly. Then it's Bernardo Silva, Rodri, Reinders, Doku, Foden and Haaland for Manchester City. For United, it's Bayindir, Shaw, De Ligt, Yoro, Mazraoui and Dorgu. Fernandes and Agate sitting in front of the defence. And then Ahmad and Bermo, Sesko. Reece, you've got a 6'7" monster in goal at one end and Bayindir at the other. Isn't Bayindir about 6'6" though? He's a big lad. I'm sure he is. Be yourself, Dylan. Sesko can't beat this keeper. I won't be so confident, you know. Swifty, I've grown to really dislike City. Well, here's and Burmo down the right-hand side. Oh, Bayern Day. Oh, I tell you what. Bayern Day very, very nearly causing major issues at the back there. Haaland so close to pinching it. Joe, Key, I reckon you have a really high chance of doing the Invincibles. No. No. Don't say things like that. I honestly don't think the Invincibles is that big of an achievement when you look at it in the context of City Centurions are a bigger achievement than Arsenal drew 12 games. Like it's just not going unbeaten is an achievement, of course it is, but like if you're looking at it, I would much rather win more games. You could quite easily go unbeaten and not win the league, couldn't you? Because that's only that's 90 points in it that Arsenal finished on. Is it 90 points they got in the invincible season? 90 points is that's lost Premier League titles before. Multiple Premier League titles have been lost on 90 points. Liverpool have lost a couple on more than that as well. Joey, not sure what's gone on in the Circle of Bruges game. I've had notice for 4 disallowed goals there. Oh, God. Ben, wasn't their points tally only like 78 in that season? Well, if they played 38 games, 26 wins, 12 draws, right? So 26 wins would be 60, 78, and then 12 draws, 90. Should be 90 points, I would imagine. Swifty, it's an incredible achievement, though. No, it is. Of course it's an incredible achievement. Getting 100 points is better than going unbeaten. Of course it is. Well, how isn't it, mate? 90 points. There was games in them where you literally, I think you needed like a late penalty to get an equaliser against Portsmouth or something like that. Yeah, 78 points from wins, 12 in draws. 3-star Reds took Arsenal's Invincibles years to pass the original Invincibles from Nottingham. There you go. This is it. That was a dive from Dorgu. Diving Dorgu. And Burmo to put the ball into the box here. Big chance for United, this. Ball whipped in. Cleared away by City. And they've knocked it long. What, is Marmoush on the bench? I didn't see the City bench. I really thought City would start Marmoush in this. No Marmoush. They've got Trafford, Savinho, Nunes, Nico Gonzalez, Mukasa, Mafuni, Rico Lewis, Oscar Bob, and Ake. That's a bad bench, that, isn't it? There's literally only maybe Oscar Bob and Savinio they could bring on for in an attacking sense. Ben, has Anthony Taylor got this game? He's from Ashton-under-Lyme. Ostermorg Marmouche got injured on international duty. That's annoying, isn't it, from a City perspective? Because he's definitely a player who's been a difference maker for him. Foden has made an appearance out of nowhere. Well, it's not been quite the high intensity, fast tempo start that we saw at Turf Moor with loads of chances at both ends. You know, but beggars can't be choosers. Clarky, how do you think Man United have played, in the opening 12 minutes so far? They've done alright, United. I mean, I think Bayende potentially drew one in his own net and Haaland could have scored in the opening seconds. But, yeah, they've done okay, United. They've looked quite solid defensively. I don't feel like a goal is imminent. G2, Woollyback selling snide gear, supporting yourself, not your club. I'm not selling anything, you moron. Kieran M, that's 6 points gifted to Liverpool by refs this season already. Well, hang on a minute, so you didn't think that was a penalty? You didn't think that was a pen? Surely you thought that was a pen. You can't say that wasn't a pen. Throw into City. This is better. Much better from United. Has to be said. They're pressing really well. Forcing City into errors, you know. Is Bruno the worst captain Man United have had? Ooh. Probably up there, isn't he? Yeah, it's not a bad shout, that, you know. There's not too many others that you would say there's been bad Manchester United captains. Yeah, there's not been too many others. Be yourself, Dylan. Kilmarnock 1, Celtic 1. Not great. Reece, even in the year where an invincible season was on the cards, you lost 3 games. Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's like it's easy or anything like that. I'm just saying I think it's a better achievement. The Centurions was a better achievement. BCFC Twine says Ricky Hatton. Yeah, Ricky Hatton getting a minute's applause before the game. Reece, I think the treble is harder, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, no, of course. I'm just talking purely... I mean, winning... Oh, this is bad. Haaland. Bayende is reckless. He's flying out of his box here. Yeah, obviously winning Europe is always going to be hard, especially when you're doing it with the Premier League. Swifty, I loved watching Hatton, but don't get the applause for the boxer at football. I think it's just because he's obviously so connected with Manchester City, isn't he? I don't think they'd necessarily have been... Was there a minute's applause before the Liverpool game? I don't think there would have been. Or maybe there would have been. I don't know. But I think it's just because of the fact that he was, You know, he was a champion. He was a British champion. And he was, you know, well liked at Manchester City. So yeah, so I think it's just because of the fact it's Manchester City. There's no other reason than that. And again, hey, a minute's applause. There's no reason why not. Ben, all them fans on their phones taking pictures and videos, absolute joke. Barry Rangers, no, there wasn't. And Reece Donnarumma just looks like I've pulled him out with a packet of highlighters. Swifty world champion. He was, yeah. No, I meant a British world champion, I guess. I always remember him fighting Pacquiao. He got absolutely battered, didn't he? Twisted Fate, although Hatton was a City fan, I even gave a minute's silence for him. Yeah, he's a nice fella. He was okay. By all accounts, everyone I spoke to that had interacted with him in any way always said he was a really nice, lovely fella. Just had his troubles over the years. Liam Manning wasn't the news about Hatton during the game at Liverpool though. No, it was after. It was long before actually. Chance! It's 1-0 City. Oh, what a goal! It's Phil Foden. What a header that is! What a header! It was Doku who pulled the ball back and Foden, bang, gets his head on it. Great header. City 1, United 0. City 1, United 0. There you go. Fast start to this one. And I think someone's fallen forward here. They're just checking the fans okay. But Manchester City 1, Man United 0. The local boys done it. Let's just watch this one back. It was into Doku. And he just runs at the United back line. Who's that? Is it Shaw? I tell you what, Luke Shaw has not covered himself in glory there. Doku just runs at him. Oh, you've got to do better. You've got to do better. Really, and you can see Luke Shaw look frustrated. It's so poor. Yeah, that's bad. That is really, really bad from Luke Shaw. City 1, United 0. Ben fought Mayweather, didn't he? He did, yeah. I'm sure he fought Pacquiao as well, though, didn't he? United in the mud. Swifty, my uncle and cousin were both British champions. Wow. Fighters in the family. Razine, what a play from Doku. Right now, United, can they come back into it? That's the question. Lost to both, yeah. Liam, City are above us now. Twisted Fate, people have to remember also, Key, there is no better game to do this because he was a Manc, so a Manchester derby is the best game to pay respects. Exactly, yeah. Written in the stars, says Callum the Red. Big, big opportunity this for Foden, who, it's got to be said, hasn't really covered himself in glory for some time. He's not been the player that looked so wonderful a couple of seasons ago. He's fell away and he hasn't really looked himself. And it's a big, big goal for him, that. Can he get back into the Manchester City side now? That's the question. Here's Haaland. Spins off Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw's having a disastrous game, it has to be said. Getting absolutely bullied out there. Reece won't see Lisha now. No, Lisha won't be around for a while. Twisted Fate, why do we do this to ourselves? Be yourself, Dylan. Oh my God, Celtic get a penalty. 96th minute. Just like Liverpool. This is better from City. Much better. Oh, United. Dreadful that from Agate. Bruno Fernandes not doing so well either in possession. But Luke Shaw He's looking so vulnerable on that left-hand side. Every single time they're going down that left-hand side now. You know that City have already identified that as a weak spot where Dorgu and Luke Shaw are on the left-hand side. They're just so vulnerable. BSL Dylan, the former City player, Ian Atcho, scores the winner for Celtic. On his debut as well, isn't it? Should have started Lamans. I don't think Lamans would have made much of a difference in that one, if I'm being really honest. I don't think he could have saved that. Can't blame Bayende for the goal. But do you know what? I would have started Maguire in this one. I have to say, I definitely would have started Maguire ahead of Luke Shaw. For certain. Callum, Key, do you reckon we start Isaac against Atletico? No, definitely not. Arne Slot's already confirmed it, mate. He's not starting him. He said he'll be good for maybe 30 to 45 minutes, so off the bench at most. And again, that's like a we'll see, so you've just got to give it time. But I don't think he starts, no. Well, I know he doesn't start. Definitely doesn't start. Might see him off the bench for 30 minutes. Again, depending on how things are going as well. That's the other thing. And then maybe the same against Everton. Maybe he doesn't start against Everton, but maybe 20, 30 minutes off the bench then. And then again, we finally start him potentially in the Southampton game a week next week. Mark Moran wouldn't have changed that goal, but Bayende has been dreadful. He has looked a little bit vulnerable, hasn't he? When the ball's been played back to him, he has looked vulnerable, for sure. I'll agree with you on that. Twisted Fate, I would have started Heaven above Luke Shaw also. I mean, Heaven wouldn't have been bad either, because at least he's got a bit of pace. But Maguire, for me, I just feel like he's the best defender United have. The best out-and-out defender. Yes, he's a little bit vulnerable when you ask him to turn and run back the other way. I understand that. But I would have 100% backed Maguire to start over Shaw. Jamie Berry, mate, that is a great background. Cheers, man. Thank you. Swifty, not sure Maguire can play as the left-sided centre-back in a 3 against City. Chance! Oh, Bayindia! Well, don't even necessarily play him left-sided centre-back. Put Delict over onto the left. Put Maguire where Delict is. Make him sort of the sweeper if you want. But Maguire, I think, could have played a better role in that than Delict, definitely. Sorry, than Luke Shaw. 2-0 on Wednesday, says Callum. Well, Atletico have played quite well against Villarreal midweek. Yeah, centrally there's a reasonable argument, definitely. I just don't think Luke Shaw is... I feel like he's finished as a player at the top level. I really do. I think he's struggled every time I've watched him play for United in the last 12 to 18 months. I don't know why that is. He's always been a very talented player, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It just doesn't feel like it's a good fit for him, this system, maybe. Maybe Amorim's asking him to do some different things that he's not quite comfortable with. I don't know. He's obviously an experienced player, but I'm not sure in this Man United team, I would say he's finished. When I say finished at the top level, let me rephrase that. I still think maybe there's a player in there with Luke Shaw. He could go somewhere else and be, he could contribute, but I just don't think at Man United it's going to work for him. Thomas Ainscoe, do you think Manchester United will win? No, I backed City to win 3-1 before the game. I think I'm going to stick with that, to be honest. Here's Haaland, really poor from Lenny Yoro. Lenny Yoro committed himself. Big chance here for City. Oh, lucky. Really got to do better there, United. Lenny Yoro committing himself in midfield, and Haaland was sprinting at the back. Well, it was two of them at the back, wasn't it? Lenny Yoro commits himself, doesn't win it. Haaland sprinting then at the back three. And it's Foden gets the pass all wrong. Foden's got to shoot there. Twisted Fate, Maguire had a disaster class when captain, but I can honestly say he has upped his game since he lost it. Is he good enough? Arguably still no, but I rate his comeback mentality. This is it. You got to respect it, haven't you? I feel like he's not threw his toys out the pram, Maguire. He's remained committed to United, and he's always tried to do the right thing. Was it Bernardo Silva that looked like Foden? Surprised Bernardo Silva didn't have a go. He's usually keen to have a shot. Swifty, I think United know a left-sided centre-back is a key target for next summer. Yeah, they definitely need at least one centre-back, I would say, because Martinez ain't really around anymore, and Maguire's probably not long for the team. Luke Shaw probably not long for the team. So, even if they give, players like Heaven more minutes, they're still very light at the back, aren't they? So I think they probably need maybe two coming into that back line. I still think they're short at least one central midfielder, if not two. Oh, Wim. Club Bruges costing me major money yesterday. Here's Man United. Big chance here. And Burmo. Oh, you've got to get the pass right there. He left it too late. Twisted Fate says Martinez returns in October, but he's our version of Reece James. Only plays a month each season. Swifty, they've wanted Branthwaite for a while. I wonder, Branthwaite's another one who's injury prone. He's out injured at the minute for Everton. I don't think he's kicked a ball this season for Everton. They could get him fairly cheap as well, couldn't they? Because of the injury record, maybe. Because as it stands, I think Jared Branthwaite probably doesn't go to the World Cup with England, does he? That's a real problem, isn't it, for Jared Branthwaite? Because I think as it stands, he's one of the better centre-backs for England. Here's Burmo, chance! Oh, it's shocking. Has he been flagged offside? I tell you what, it's lucky if he has been flagged offside there, because that is absolutely dreadful from Burmo. Yeah, he's off. He's miles offside. Yeah, Branthwaite is a really solid centre-back. And he really should be competing with Gueye and maybe Kwanzaa, Stones. There's a fair few at the back. Konza, Chalobah. But Jared Branthwaite, as it stands, he's not even going the World Cup, is he? Kevin Prothero, top of the league, brother. Yeah, get in there. 3 points cleared as well. Depends on how much contract he has left at Everton. I think he signed a new contract. I'm pretty sure he signed a brand new contract in the summer. 2030. Yeah, he's got like 5 years left. He's got loads of time left on his contract. Kevin, we haven't even played well. I think we've done all right, but I agree we haven't done. We haven't been our absolute best, but I think we've played well enough. Probably a point today wouldn't have flattered. Swifty, they've priced him out of a move so far. And they will continue to do so, I think, as well. He doesn't seem all that keen to move. I'm kind of surprised. Liam, do you think Wilder gets Sheffield United up the table? We can't get him any lower. Yeah, he can't get him any lower, can he? I think he probably does, yeah. I mean, I feel like Wilder's feel like Wilder's good enough to get City. Sorry, to get United up the table. He won't overcomplicate things in the way that Ruben Sellés perhaps has done. I feel like that's been an issue for Sheffield United. Is they've just overthought things. They've tried to make it more complex than it needs to be in the final third, in particular. That's why he's ended up dropping players like Hamer. G. Lawrence 94. Not sure who's been more non-existent since their big money move, Sesko or Wirtz. Oh, I can answer that question for you. It's definitely Sesko. Have we had a card in this game yet? Twisted Fate, I need us to win this game, so then we're only 5 points behind Liverpool. United in a title race. Liam Manning, very true. Why go back, though? They sacked him twice. I think it's just a steady pair of hands, maybe. And, you know, they sacked him. Sometimes they sack a manager and they end it on good terms. So maybe that's the case with Wilder. They've sacked him, but kind of said, look, you know, we'd like to maybe keep the options open for the future. Sesko, chance! It's a claim for a handball there. No. Let's have a look. Sesko gets a big chance here. Good run, actually, from Sesko, it has to be said. See, that's the sort of run that that Victor Gyökeres hasn't been making at all season for Arsenal. Hasn't been making those sorts of runs. G. Lawrence 94. When you read my username, you don't say it with much enthusiasm, Key. It's because usually you're trying to take the piss. Wasn't handball either. Oh, it's like, have they given that as handball? Ah, behave yourself. That's never handball. Ostermorg, I reckon if Amorim is still in a job, he'll do a Ten Hag and go for one of the Sporting defenders. Yeah, Diamond or maybe Inacio. That's better, Key. There's difference, bro. Gyökeres is the league's joint top goal scorer. Sesko on a big fat 0. Gyökeres. Gyökeres. Okay, free kick to Manchester United here. Bruno Fernandes, left side of the penalty area. Big old chance. Oh, straight into Donnarumma. Goals is what he's here for, my guy. Well, not when you're dropping points. The big points is what it's about. Oh, United. Struggling. Manchester United just controlling the ball at the back here now. They're now trying to go a little bit more direct, and feels like City are playing into that a little bit because they're pushing higher and it's leaving a little bit of space in behind for Sesko. That's why we've seen already him trying to go over the top. Jake, 38 minutes, hooked, 0 duels, 1-2 fouls, committed 1 dive. Yeah. Lurles had a great game. I'm way too crazy. What game are you watching? I am watching Man City v Man United, and City are 1-0 up, and they're pushing forward. Ooh, very nearly getting in again for a second there. Lurles. City pushing forward. Come on, City. Let's get it. Let's get a second before the. Let's get a second. Jake, have you seen the conspiracy about Isak secretly being a woman, Key? I haven't. Go on. G. Lawrence, Key's a bit behind here, watching on a dodgy Fire Stick. Not here, it's on Sky Sports. I'm all, what do you mean behind? I am not behind. 38.40, 38.50. I'm not behind. I'm bang on the money, sunshine. A bit behind. Foden looks up for Key for... Hang on, is that your dog, Key? No, it's not. It was the dog outside. You are very slightly behind, Key. Am I? Let me see if I can pause it and then, like, speed it back up again. $39.50. $39.51. It's on my TikTok, Key. I believe he is. But hey, even if he is, he can score goals. Foden is a star, says Ghosty4 and Twisted Fate. Why is everyone City fans support the underdogs, people? 3-star heads, I'd rather United win this. I mean, to be honest, I don't mind. I'd quite like a draw, if I'm honest. If in an ideal world, from a Liverpool fan's point of view, I would love it if City and United kicked lumps out of each other and loads of players got, knocks and were out injured for a couple of weeks, and it finished 2-2. I'd love that. That'd be great. Not even knocks, maybe. Just suspensions then. Suspensions for a couple of weeks. Maybe they get 3 players sent off each and it finishes 4-4. I'd love that. Watch Dominion. Imagine if Doku had an end product. His dribbling ability is insane. Doku. Shocking. Here we go. Dorgu. Never mind Doku. Here's Dorgu. Luke Shaw with the ball in. Cleared away. Here's the Foden goal again. Doku pulled it back. Great header from Foden, it has to be said. Swifty United are now my favourite Premier League team. I like to back the underdogs. Yeah, they are real underdogs, aren't they, United? God love them. It's only the £1 billion they've spent. G. Lawrence, you don't want City suspensions. They play Arsenal next week. That won't suit your Arsenal agenda. Oh, they play Arsenal next week? Oh, hey, City are just coming back into form then. They'll stuff these. Arsenal get beat all over the place by City. Go on, City. Go on, City. Let's get a bit of form going into that Arsenal game. Let's get you both further behind. Because we'll beat Everton. We'll snot Everton. And Arsenal can get beat by City at the Emirates. There you go. Ball played over to the far side. Here's Bernardo Silva. This is better from City. Liam Manning, all games are poor after the international break. Yeah, there's plenty that are poor and plenty that are a little bit flat as well, aren't they? I've got to say, like, how many... Has there even been a card in this one yet? I don't think there has there? Have we had any cards? No cards yet. I really thought we'd see at least one card. The referee's been a strong ref. I've got both teams to be carded. It's going to be a corner to United. Here we go. Big chance before half-time. I wonder. Twisted Fate said, Key, we don't need injuries. We already suck. Shelley, who scored? It was Foden. Yeah, it was Foden. Shelley, me and you aren't going to fall out next week, are we, when Liverpool are 4-0 up against Everton? Me and you are still going to be sound, aren't we? Because you've been calling me a lovely man all week, and I get the feeling you're going to start... You're not going to turn nasty on me, are you, when Liverpool are beating Everton next week? JP, you sound so much like Simon Wilson. How can I sound like Simon Wilson's Welsh? How can I sound like Simon Wilson? Nothing like him. Jake, can you stop calling them United? Far from United. Let's go back to naming them Newton Heath. They are United. They're more United than Newcastle. They're more popular. More famous. Liam Manning, they're all cagey, and then at the start of October, I believe there's another one. There is. Simon, Mark, I'm watching the game on my TV right now. City is the better team for me this half. And Swifty says it's the softest derby game ever. Well, it's another free kick for United here. G. Lawrence, Donnarumma can't half punch a ball. Right, half-time, City 1, Manchester United 0. Jake, we was called United before them, though. Yeah, but there was other teams who were called United before you. Sheffield United were called United before you. So surely we should, if we're going to call United United, surely it's for Sheffield and not for these. Or for you. Might even have been one older than Sheffield United, to be honest. Jake, West Ham are more United than them. Leeds even. G. Lawrence, whiskey and coke, Kate? No, but I really should have a little bit of whiskey, shouldn't I? Given I'm feeling a little bit fluey. Liam Manning, get into him, punch someone and make it a derby. Jake, oh, the rivalry is real with the Toon and Liverpool, as if you've said that. What do you mean there's no rivalry? What, just because you've said United? You're so tetchy, Jake, honestly. So tetchy. Swifty, even City look a poor imitation of what they were. I think they are lacking a little bit of a... It feels like they're missing legs in midfield, City, aren't they? Feels like, yeah, energy. There's not really a lot of energy in midfield. Reese's footy feed. Just got home, Key. Cold, wet, proud, but gutted. Feel we're so unlucky when in the Prem. Although I know you make your own luck in football. Excellent from Parker tactically today. Mate, honestly, I think all round Burnley defended fantastically well. And they did, in my humble opinion, probably deserve a point. Probably just about deserve a point. It was a shame from a neutral's point of view, I guess, the way that it ended. But as a Liverpool fan, I'm obviously delighted. And it was a penalty. I don't think you can doubt it was a penalty. So, you know, the ref's kind of bound by the fact that ball gets played in. Hannibal sticks his arm out like he's catching a bus. It's a clear penalty. But, yeah, Burnley defended incredibly well. And if it had finished a draw, then I couldn't have really knocked him. I couldn't have said they didn't deserve it. Twisted Fate, also, Key, correct me if I'm wrong, but in the last 4 derby games, whoever has scored first has gone on to lose in the last 3 or 4 or something. Is that true? Do you know what? That might well be the case. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I'll clarify that one. So, in the last 4 derby games v Manchester United and City, right? So, City scored first here last year. They lost. Man United scored first in the Community Shield. They lost. City won on penalties. The third... Yeah, I was going to say 3... The third last one, Man United won 2-1 at Wembley. That was the FA Cup final, wasn't it? And they went 2-0 up before Doku scored late on. So that one doesn't count. And then City 3-1. Rashford scored first. And then City won 3-1. So yeah, so if we go back even further... Yeah, 3... Well, that's right. 3 out of the last 4. 3 out of the last 4, the team that has scored first in the Manchester derby has gone on to lose. Yes, that's true. That is absolutely true. So if you are a fan of omens or you follow that sort of stuff, then yeah, maybe there's a chance for United now. Clarky, how do you think Man United have played? They've not been great, have they? Yeah, they've not been great. Swifty, no playmaker at City now. KDB gone and they don't have that quality in midfield. That is, again, very, very true. Jake, I'll make you a mod after this live, Jake. I'll put a 2 in top behind me, Jake, if you beat me in the bet. You've not beat me in the bet! You've not beat me in the bet. What bet are we talking about? The only bet I recall us having was that Newcastle wouldn't sell Alexander Isak to Liverpool. And you were wrong. In terms of making you a mod, I actually still don't know how to do that. If I can do it, I'll do it. I have no problem making you a mod. I don't know how I'm doing it. I have no idea how you do it on TikTok. Jake, do you think Pep's lost the dressing room a little bit, like some are suggesting, Key? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think he's he's probably trusted players too much. A little bit like Klopp did. So, I mean, I think Klopp and Pep have probably been guilty at times of showing a little bit too much faith in players, because Klopp did it with a few players, to be honest, over the years. And when it became immediately obvious that they weren't the player we needed a midfielder, and he kept faith in Henderson and Fabinho and those players who the year before we'd struggled, and we needed to go and get a midfielder. We needed to go and have the sort of midfield that we've just sort of signed. We needed to go and do that again last year, and he didn't do it. He kept the faith in Henderson and Fabinho, and unfortunately, the end result was that we nearly threw away we did throw away the title. So I think Pep's probably the same. I think Pep's showing a little bit too much faith in certain players, and he's stuck around with certain players rather than being ruthless. Jackson B. Smith, what happened with Kirkes in the first half? He was on a yellow card for diving, and Burnley immediately started targeting long balls over the top of him. So I think, and that's what Slot was pointing to, it looked like anyway. Slot was pointing over to the far side and saying, they're really targeting you, they're putting every single cross onto your side, and it looks like they're going to... It'll only take a slight thing and you're down to 10 men. So he didn't want to wait until half-time. He wanted to take him off immediately. I still think it was probably a sign that Kirkes hadn't played all that well. But I do think it was more for his own protection. You've got to remember as well, he's still only 21. He's still young. So, yeah, he'll learn. He will learn. Jake, you said Toon wouldn't get the Champions League, and I said for weeks, if they do, I want a Toon top behind you, and you agreed multiple times. Okay, fine. I will get a Toon top behind me. I will. I will find a way to get a Newcastle top behind me. And I'll put Isaac on the back of it. Kyle, do you have authentic shirts behind you or replicas? All authentic, mate. I'm way too crazy. It hurts to say United are in a shambles. Kirkes is actually pony. Kirkes isn't pony, mate. He's PFA Team of the Year last year. Twisted Fate. Also, if you believe in superstition, United should win the league this season because we've won every year that GTA has been released. This one's far-fetched but true so far. Yeah, Liverpool. I think Liverpool have won the Champions League every time a Pope died, or something like that. That was one that always got brought up. PSG 2, Lens 0. Unknown says pony for us though. We looked better with Robbo. I know, but Robbo wasn't great when he came on either. I just feel like it's a tough game, mate. Today it was I thought Kirkes was fantastic against Arsenal. He was absolutely brilliant. So, he didn't have his best game today, but let's be honest, nobody did. Nobody in our team was brilliant today. But I thought Wirtz looked a little bit better. I thought Gravenberch was really good. And yeah, I mean, I think they're probably the two real standout players. But Kirkes didn't have his best game. Quite a few others didn't. But last week against Arsenal, I would have said that Kirkes was our man of the match. Yeah. So, swings and roundabouts. Unknown says 11 buses behind the ball. That's true enough, yeah. I'm way too crazy says, what are your thoughts on the Manchester United game so far? United haven't done too badly in terms of limiting City to chances. Most of the City chances have come from Manchester United's own problems. From Manchester United's own mistakes. Luke Shaw, horrendous error at the back that caused the City goal. Good finish from Foden, but Luke Shaw didn't really cover himself in glory. Bayern Day very, very nearly gave a goal to Haaland as well. Other than that, United have done all right. They've put Sesko in a couple of times, and he's had a couple of shots on target, which I just feel like Sesko should do better. I feel like he should have done better with the second one. M157 says, if we lose again. Could well be, yeah. Samuel Mark Ingram says Casemiro should be playing in the middle. I mean, in the MLS. Sorry, in the MLS. Casemiro, I think, should be on instead of Agati. Agati's not having his best game at all. Unknown, do you see Isak making the bench during the week? Slot confirmed. I don't know if you saw, but Slot confirmed in midweek that he will get 30 to 45 minutes. Basically said that he should get 30 to 45 minutes based on where he is, but we don't want to take too many chances with him. And then obviously we've got Everton a few days later after the Atletico Madrid game. So yes, I do think that Isak gets some time in midweek, and I imagine he gets a little bit more time against Everton, and maybe we start him the week after against Southampton in the League Cup. That might make some sense. Joe says this has got to be one of the worst derbies. No meaning to it anymore. It's not that there's no meaning to it. It's just that the two teams aren't playing particularly well right now. They're all a bit all over the place, aren't they? Milo says you fancy your chances at Atletico. It's Anfield. Yeah, it's Anfield. I think we'll do okay against them, yeah. Reese's Footy Feed says Burnley making too highly costly and unnecessary mistakes in the last minute of the game. How do you combat that? Is it indiscipline or just a consequence of having to over-concentrate too much? I do think, mate, that if you sit back as much as Burnley did today, then inevitably you are inviting pressure, and inevitably Liverpool are the champions for a reason. We are known for scoring late goals, and I feel like maybe Scott Parker was taking a bit of a chance in putting 11 men behind the ball and saying what we have, we hold. I understand why he's done that, but I feel like he could have been a little bit more bold in terms of when you get the ball, let's commit some bodies forward to try and get up the pitch a little bit and try and just squeeze up and give our defence a break, because Esteve and Ekdal and, it was just relentless. Just relentless, and inevitably it was going to be a deflection or a penalty or an own goal or anything. It's always things like that late in the game that end up happening, and it was a shame for Burnley, because I can't say they deserved to lose, but I feel like Parker could have maybe been a little bit more bold in terms of trying to alleviate the pressure that his team were feeling. That guy, Miles, now you've come down to reality. What's your feeling on the game today, and has Salah peaked? Has Salah peaked? Probably, yeah, he probably has peaked. Yeah, he probably has. I mean, for example, I don't think he broke the Premier League record last year. I don't think he does that this year. So yeah, he probably has peaked. He's 33. Probably has peaked. Yeah. I'm not concerned about it. He's still, for me, he's still the best player in the world. I wouldn't swap Salah for anyone. I think if you were doing a combined Liverpool-Arsenal 11 right now, you'd still have Salah. I think if you were doing a Liverpool and combined 11 with Real Madrid or with Barcelona, you'd still have Salah. Doesn't matter who he's up against. So, yeah, there's no doubt at all that Salah has probably peaked. He probably has. I don't think for 1 second, though, that makes him anything other than still the best player in the world, though. Samuel, Mark Ingram, PSG and Sporting Lisbon both sold Agate because he didn't fit their system. 50 million it was, doesn't it? United ended up paying for him. M15 says the passion that needs to be in the Manchester derby was unreal. You barely see it nowadays. Where's the big tackles, the pushing, the shoving? Used to be sorry. Samuel Mark Ingram, my friend, who is a Palace fan, said Mark Gay price tag should be 80 to 100 million. Not at not at 80 to 100 million with 6 months of his contract left. No chance. OJW, bro, I've got mad health anxiety, bro. It's horrible. Try to distract my mind by watching this. Thanks, G. No worries, man. Take it easy. Take it easy. Watch a little bit of Man United and City. Man United aren't playing all that well at the moment. City, well, I think it's going to be a long afternoon for United if they come out and play like they did in the first half. City going to try and put the game to bed, I would imagine. That guy, Miles, I would take Yamal over Salah personally. That's just about stylistic things. Well, to each their own, I guess. But it's very close, isn't it? I mean, you would say you'd take Yamal. I don't think anyone else would. take Yamal over Salah personally, but maybe they would. I don't know. But all I would say is it's still very, very close in terms of the very best players in the world. Salah's still in the top 3, bare minimum. Even the most cynical, pessimistic people right now would say Salah's in the top 3. OJW, need Haaland, Reinders and Bruno to do something for my FPL. And I'm going to get about 50 points this weekend. Samuel Mark Ingram, I would rather have Tyreek Mitchell at left back at Man United than Luke Shaw. M15 says stay healthy and stay in the lives. That's it, mate. OJW, stick around, man. Stick around. It's all good. We'll keep you sufficiently distracted. Twisted Fate says, to be fair, Key, the Manchester derby hasn't ever been overly interesting other than a few games. Most of the derby's form goes out the window. It's the Liverpool and Arsenal v United games that interest. The derby last year was one of the worst games I have ever done on this channel. Manchester United v City at Old Trafford, I think. It finished 0-0. It was awful. Easily one of the worst. Liam Manning, is Salah up there for the best wingers in Prem history? I think he's the best winger in Prem history. Yeah. I think he has to be. The guy's breaking every single record there is. I mean, he's on. If he stays for another 2 years, I think he genuinely might catch Shearer. He could genuinely catch Shearer. He'll finish ahead of Rooney, Henry. You know, he's so close to getting ahead of Kane and finished. He's already the best for me. Already the best. In fact, I would argue he's probably the best ever Premier League player. Unknown, I've just ordered the green kit. I think it's well nice. Reese's Footy Feed, I agree. When we got the ball, we looked panicked, surprised, and lacked composure. A game plan 95% geared one way. Very preferable to have Company's naive tactics 2 years ago. Yeah, listen, you'll get points. You will absolutely get more points with the way that you've approached today's game. And I think, inevitably, it was just a difficult game and a difficult result, a difficult outcome in the end. But, yeah, Burnley will have better days. Of course they will. Twisted Face says Rooney would have had more goals if he didn't sacrifice himself for the team. We've seen him game after game sacrifice himself time and time again. That's, again, very true. But again, you could probably also say Salah's played an awful lot fewer games, hasn't he? He's been in the Prem for a lot less time than Rooney or Shearer. Liam Manning, better than Gerrard. I guess different positions, though. I would say Salah, for me, is the best in terms of attacking-wise. I think Salah... It's a straight shot between Salah and Henry, for me. Salah, Henry and Suarez is the best front three that has ever been in the Premier League, in my humble opinion. They would be my front three. Salah, Suarez, Henry. But if we're talking attackers, I think Salah's better than in the Premier League. Salah is better than those two. Sorry. If it was Suarez at his Barca years, then maybe there'd be a different answer. But yeah. Unknown. See, I prefer watching players who get you off your seat, and Salah doesn't do that. Salah doesn't get you off your seat. I don't know, mate. I don't know if we've seen a better dribbler in the Premier League than Mo Salah. That's a mad statement. Mo Salah doesn't get you off your seat. There's things that Salah's done with the ball, like just the raw ability where he's been able to pick the ball up and put it on a sixpence for Darwin to miss, or there's loads of times where he's carried us. He's so forget the tap-ins, the bobbles and stuff like that. The goal against City a few years ago, if that didn't get you on your feet, the goal against Watford, the goal against Spurs where he does the same and dances in and out and then rattles it in absolutely unreal. I don't know a player who's done that with that level of consistency as well. Gareth Bale was terrific. I liked Gareth Bale. I loved watching Cristiano Ronaldo as well. But I can't. I don't think you can say with the same consistency Mo Salah's not done that. Hankster, our boy Ndiaye does. Iliman Ndiaye who doesn't get assists. Are we on about that Iliman Ndiaye? Life is life, says I'll say I'm impressed with all three of the promoted sides this season. They all seem decent. Hankster, on today's performance, I don't think we have anything to be scared of next Saturday. No, Everton don't have anything to be scared of at all, no. But, mate, you're coming to Anfield. You've not got a great record at Anfield. And Everton haven't been terrific themselves this season. There's probably only one or two. Well, I mean, Wolves, you were all right. You could have dropped points in that one very easily. Leeds, you were dreadful. Leeds, you were absolutely dreadful. Brighton, you should have been 3 or 4 down at half-time. I was amazed you ended up winning that Brighton game. Horrendous from Brighton that day. And then, yeah, Villa. Every other side, Villa have been beaten by everyone. The fact you didn't beat Villa's not exactly out to claim success. Joe says goal against Chelsea in Anfield. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, Hazard's not even in the same league as Chelsea, as Salah. Not even in the same league. Hankster, Burnley gave you a hand today. Again, very true. Yeah, very, very true. Liam Manning, maybe we have a chance against Villa. Is that who you've got next? Leeds v Villa? That'll be a good game, that. I think Leeds might end up doing them. Is it at Ellen Road as well? Oh, do you know what? That might be a tough game, that, for Villa. Andrew, I'm no fan of City, but love seeing United struggle still. This is it. It's always good from a Liverpool fan's perspective, looking at it and going, this is the team, this is the club that dominated English football when I was growing up. So I'll never, ever, ever take for granted Manchester United struggling. I will never, ever not enjoy every moment of these struggling, because they made my childhood a misery. In the nicest possible way. Growing up with Sir Alex Ferguson's United side was always difficult. And, yeah. I enjoy watching him be a nothing team now, to be honest. City are in. Haaland. 2-0. There you go. Too easy. There you go. Erling Haaland. What a goal from City. Manchester United are done. They are done. They're finished. They're in the mud, just as we're talking about how Manchester United are a nothing team. They're mid. They're average. Haaland's just shown them exactly where they'll finish this season. And City, who haven't been out special today, to be honest, they've just put United to the sword. 7 minutes into the second half. City 2, United 0. too easy, isn't it? It's a throw-in, simple throw-in. Is he onside? That's the only question. Ah, he's miles on. No problems there. Too easy. Too easy. 2-0 to Manchester City. Gareth 1978. United started the half quite well there as well. Unlucky. It's a lovely finish from Haaland. It has to be said. Lovely, lovely finish. Really, really lovely. Little dink over Bayern there. No chance. Shelley, it was Erling Haaland. Manchester City 2-0 up. Liam Manning says that's a knockout now. The game's over. It is, isn't it? It is. Game's done. The game is done. Gareth 1978. Luke Shaw. Why do they start him? Actually baffles me. I mean, Amorim has not got a good record as United manager. We know this. We've talked about this. I feel like he's tried an awful lot of different things to get the best out of this United side. I feel really sorry for him in many ways. But he is making a rod for his own back with some of the decisions. He should have started Senna Lamens today. Even though I don't think Lamens necessarily would have made any difference to the goals. But I think he should have started Lamens. I think he had to start Maguire at the back. And it's easy, isn't it, to say it now. Everyone's got 20/20 hindsight. But I do think Maguire would have been a better option at the back, and Bayern Days just looked so uncomfortable at times. Oh, City. Oh, I tell you, he's in here. He's in. Haaland could be 3. Should be 3. Oh, he's off the post. It's it. Oh, very nearly 3. How's Haaland missed that? He's missed an open net. Square pegs in round holes at United, says Swifty. Well, I'll tell you something. Defensively, they are all over the place. If anyone tries to tell me that Matthijs de Ligt is a top elite defender, I'm going to tell him to watch this game back. Matthijs de Ligt is absolutely shocking. And as good as Lenny Yoro, I have given a lot of praise to. Lenny Yoro is a very, very good young defender. But he's still very naive. And he's made a few mistakes in this game, but I'm telling you something, Matthijs de Ligt is all over the place. Luke Shaw, all over the place. Bayern Dair shouldn't even be on the pitch. Senna Lamens has to be starting games for United going forward. Old Trafford is falling down, says Andrew. Liam Manning, de Ligt is better than Canate, surely. No chance. United keeper's awful, says Swifty. And Hankster, I think Forest have made a big mistake. Well, listen, Forest, they've dropped Nuno. They've gone and got Ange. I think Ange will improve Forest, but it'll take some time. They've got Betis this week in Europe. So looking for... Oh, no, it's next week, isn't it? They've got Swansea in the Cup in midweek. Here's Brian and Burmo. Chance for United, far post. United are going to have to really throw bodies forward here now, and that is going to create some space for City. This is where City can hurt United. Oh, they're in. Here's Haaland. Oh, I tell you what, this could be 3. This could be a cricket score, this. Circa 793. It's City 2, United 0. This really could be a cricket score. Oh, it's a lovely finish, wasn't it? Liam Manning, nobody's talking about United to be relegated this year. And Swifty, no wonder Mainu wanted to go. Honestly, I don't understand how Mainu... What does Mainu have to do to actually get in the team? I have no idea. It's madness, isn't it? Absolute madness. Agate for 50 million was hilarious. He's barely a footballer. And Agate over Mainu is shocking. The fact that Agate is starting. Honestly, I don't understand it. Agate has been dreadful. Absolutely dreadful for him. He's been a really, really poor signing. Gareth 1978 says the formation at United kills them. They come out all guns blazing and the gaps start to show as the game goes on. They're here again here, City. It could be, honestly, it could be a cricket score. If they're not careful, there's half an hour left. Half an hour left. Good save from Donnarumma. Very, very good save, that. Great save. Has to be said. It's a very, very good save. Smart save. Good attempt from Mbermo. Ben, it's as pleasurable watching this United side lose as it is our Liverpool team winning. Right, here we go. A couple of changes for United. Maguire on for Yoro. Mainu on for Mazraoui. So it is a change in formation. So what does that mean now? Is that going to mean Dorgu? That's going to mean surely Dorgu... Is that Dorgu further forward? Is that shorter right back? It's an odd change, that, isn't it? Now a chance for City on the counter-attack. Better. Much better. Much, much better. Really, really good play on the left-hand side there from City, but they just can't quite get hold of it. Great save, that, wasn't it? What a save. Fabulous save, it has to be said. Yeah, does Ederson make that save? I'm not sure he does, you know. I really don't think he does. City on the counter-attack here on the far side. Chance, Haaland. Oh, good save from Bayindir. Better, much better. Maguire and Shaw at the back now. United will never learn. Oi. Seen enough from Donnarumma to maybe put him in the FPL side if the price is right. Ben Swiss, if United was a bird, she'd have 13 kids by 11 different baby daddies and would have a bad case of BV. Mason Longley, what do you think of Morgan Gibbs-White possibly getting dropped? What a day for shocks, man. I'm going into retirement. Mate, honestly, there's not even any point. There's no point at all, is there? No point at all. Charmy, let's just start the Barca stream already. It's done, this game, innit? It's done. It's absolutely done. Do you know the only thing I've got? I've got both teams to be card. Have we had any cards in this yet? We haven't, had we? Still no cards. What sort of Manchester derby is this? No cards. No cards. Absolutely unreal. Cheers, Mason. Thank you for that, mate. Oh, City are in here. Haaland one-on-one with Bayindir. Should be 3. And it is. There you go. City 3. Manchester United 0. Haaland. Oh, I tell you what, United. They're done. They're done at the top level. Amorim. Get him out. No, keep him in. Keep him in. We want Amorim to stay. Give him a 10-year contract as far as we're concerned. Oh, Ruben Amorim. Ruben interim. Ruben Amor out. Get him gone. That's what United fans will be saying. But I'll tell you something. Manchester United, 3-0 down here. It's shocking. Absolutely shocking. And Lenny Yoro, who, again, is probably United's prized possession at the back. As soon as he's gone off the pitch, they've fallen apart, really. Is it Maguire? It's Maguire, isn't it? Lenny Yoro probably would have got back to him. I've advocated bringing Maguire on, but he's got it wrong. They've pushed forward. City have done what we expected them to on the counter. It's a great finish. It's an absolutely fantastic finish. Haaland with his second of the game. Foden, Haaland. 2 assists for Jeremy Doku as well, it has to be said. Big goals, those for City. And they are back on track. Back in the title race. Shelley says, I hate Maguire, and Chimey Yoro could have been at Madrid. Oh, it's been a bad day for City, for United. Right, let me change the scoreline. Sorry. 3-0. And we've still got 20 minutes to go here. It's not even like the game's dusted. There's still time. City could get another couple. This could be 4 or 5 if City put their foot down. Absolutely unreal. Razine got the call right. Haaland brace. Unreal. Better. Much better from City on the left-hand side. Oh, I tell you what, I had Celje to win as well. They've fallen a bit today. Papa John says Liverpool and Celtic late penalties to secure 3 points. Ben, I need an Agati card and a Bruno goal or a booking. Mate, there's no way there's cards in this. The cards, they're gone. Honestly, I had a card for both teams. He's keeping his cards in his pocket today. Papa John's, Liverpool and Celtic. We've done that one, sorry. Another 2 goals and we'll be level with them. Harry Maguire Lover says, who got the assist? It was a heavy touch from Maguire. So I don't actually think it would have been an assist for that last one. Don't think there was an assist given. Joe says, I'm taking Mbermo out of my FPL. Look at the City fans doing the Poznan there. With 20 minutes left. This has got to hurt for United. This has got to hurt. It's really got to hurt, hasn't it? Ben, hopefully Agate and Bruno start scrapping Boya Dyer style. Copper 3, Celje 0. Unreal. Absolutely unreal. Harry Maguire Lover 5, so a Harry Maguire assist then. Well, yeah, in all but name, yeah. Harry Maguire assist for the 3rd. Right, they're in here, United. Stood up to the far post. This is better. Chance. Oh, comes out. Hit it. Mainu. Oh, unlucky. Better. Agate with the shot. Harry Maguire Lover says 5. Oh, an assist. An assist is an assist. Chimey, bring in Southgate. Would you actually bring in Southgate? Is that who you'd go for? Gareth Southgate to Man United. What do we think? No, surely not. Surely not. Sir Gareth. Sir Gareth to rescue United, I wonder. To in again, it should be 4. Itty! Oh, have you missed it? Oh! To Charlie Reinders, should have made it 4-0. Oh, I tell you what. This is going to be they're all over the place here. They're all over the place. Russell Martin to Man United. They're falling apart here, United. It has to be said. Okay, couple of changes for City here. Who's coming on? Gonzalez and Savinho, I think. Yeah, Gonzalez and Savinho. Strasbourg have a penalty on 90 minutes. What is it with late penalties today? Late penalties. Everywhere. Shay 472, this is scary. We are shit, shiny. Shay, we will continue to be shite with Bruno in 3-4-3. Andrew, is the accusations true? What accusations? What are you on about? Hey? 3-0 Man City, says Simon. United, long ball into the box, cleared away by City. I would take Southgate in a heartbeat, says Chimey. Joe, have you got something to hide, Key? Well, who knows? Who knows? I wouldn't be saying it on here, would I? I wouldn't be saying it, announcing it publicly. Everyone knows I'm a raging dinosaur, misogynist, sexist, despise women. That's why I don't watch women's football. But other than that, no, I don't know. I don't think I have. I don't think I've got anything really to confess. No, St. Helens Mad Dog. Yeah, I've left all that behind. Green Street Hooligans was based on my life, but no, I've left it all behind now. Shelley, we know, Key. And honestly, do you know what? It's one of them. The amount of people who come in and say nasty stuff as if it's going to be like, oh, you've got to dignify it with a response. No. Don't talk stupid. Oh, what a touch that is. Kobbie Mainoo's come on and already done more than any United player. Brilliant play by Kobbie Mainoo. And United... Oh, don't get a corner. Shelley, us women are horrible creatures. I know, you tell me about it. That's why I married one and created one. Kobbie Mainoo's done really well. He actually has done well since he's come on, hasn't he? Has to be said. Daz Reynolds, thoughts on Michael Oliver today? I didn't agree with the 5 minutes. I thought we deserved more minutes at the end of the game. Arne Slot kicked off about that as well. But I thought they did all right. I thought they did all right, the officials. It was the right decision, the penalty, wasn't it? Boom! Burmo over the bar. Twisted Fate, I've turned off the game 4 games in and it's already making me not want to watch us play anymore again. Someone's just said in the chat, remember when Amorim said the glory days are coming back? Agate and Sesko off for Xerxes and Casemiro. Oh, for some reason I've got low battery. Why have I got low battery? Let's try again. Why is that not working? Oh, there you go. We're back on now. Sorry. Daz said should have seen more for the foul on Maka. Do you know what? No, mate, the foul was bad, but I don't think he should have been sent off. I said at the time I thought it was like an amber decision. It wasn't a great foul, but yeah, it was a foul. It was a yellow card, but I don't really want players sent off for that either. I have to say, I think you've got to expect that there's going to be tackles that. I don't think there was any malice in it, and I don't think it was high. And he got sent off in the end anyway. Graham Harrison says, the storm is over, the good times are coming. This is it. He said it, didn't he? The storms are over, the good times are coming. Chime, he says, might as well watch Panama for the rest of the year. And Twisted Fate. Yeah, he said glory days are coming, but he was smart and didn't say when. I can't be arsed with it, honestly. I watch football to unwind, not to get annoyed and more stressed. Get following like AFC United of Manchester or someone like that. Get yourself to a non-league team. Oh, and Burmo, what a shot. He's having to do it all on his own, the lad. Lisha, hi Kee, how's new here? How's your day been, mate? It's doing good, man. Yeah, it's doing good. Who do you support? Out of interest. Good to see you. Ty, what a Sunday. We need to stop playing from the back. And Mason Longley, who's going down this season so far based on what you have seen? I'm sticking with the prediction that I made at the start of the season, which is Burnley, Leeds, West Ham. They are my 3 that I said. I'm sticking with them. I know people will say, come on, Kee, United have been terrible. You've got to change those predictions. But I think United just about stay up. So I'm going to stay with Leeds, Burnley and West Ham. Joe says Salford. It's so... But I can't wait to hear the Gary Neville podcast. United going down, says Liam. There's still 10 minutes left. They could make it 4 here if they get the socks on. Pull the socks up, rather. Go on, go and get the hat-trick, Haaland. Shelley, he means he's tired of watching Man United. He's a big Man United fan and he's very tired of continuously seeing poor performance after poor performance and almost having to continuously get yourself up for the season, aren't you? You're having to kind of wake yourself up and then it just doesn't, they don't deliver. Oh, who was that? It's a corner. Brian and Burmo's just missed a sitter. It wouldn't have mattered. It really wouldn't have mattered. United aren't going to get anything from this game. But Amad Diallo does really, really well down the right-hand side. Cuts inside. Cuts back onto his right foot. Drills it across the face of goal. And Brian and Burmo somehow has got a corner for this. Oh, it comes off Donnarumma. Yeah. And Burmo hits it wide. Probably should have scored there. Watching Bruno pretend to be a footballer. Do you not think Bruno's not had a good game. But Bruno has let the side down a little bit today. There were some people in the chat saying that earlier. Bruno Fernandes has, from a captain's point of view, this is not a captain's performance. Twisted Fate, our downfall needs to be studied by historians. We don't play for the badge anymore. Agate makes mistakes practically every time he touches the ball. Oh my God, they've missed it again. Casemiro, back post, should score. puts it wide. Would he been offside? If this isn't offside, that might go down as the worst ever Premier League miss. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. If this is off, if this is on, he's on. He's on. He's onside. How's he missed that? That is the worst Premier League miss. That's it. That's the worst Premier League miss of all time. Worst Premier League miss of all time. Twisted Fate, I genuinely believe there is no team in the world that feels the pain we feel. We've gone from top to the bottom. No player playing for the badge. I just can't be arsed anymore. Here's Ahmad. Back to Mainu. Ball in. Comes all the way over to the far side. Dorgu. Skies it. 3-0 still. Lisha, hi Kee, new here. How's your day been, mate? It's been good. Are you still supporting Salford, not United these days? Liam Manning, Bruno and captain should never be in the same sentence. I think he should have been stripped to the captaincy after that Fulham penalty debacle. I mean, he should have been stripped to the captaincy before that, to be honest. But that was horrendous. That was ridiculous. And the streaming out the exits in the away end. Still 5 minutes left here at the Etihad. Swifty says, Dorgu lacks quality. And T says, where is Tesco meal deal? I can't see him. He's gone off the pitch, mate. He came on. So he started the game, but he got subbed off after about 65, 70 minutes. They're all catching the trains back to London. Do you know what? I can't really have a go at them because there's an awful lot of Manchester United fans. There was a fella who used to come up to Old Trafford from, I can't remember where it was. Sure, it was like Oxford. And he was a Manchester United season ticket holder and he used to come up every single game from Oxford. That's dedication. That's absolutely, whichever way you want to dress it up. Haaland with a second goal, which was a lovely little dink. And the third goal, oh, it was a lovely finish. Yeah, two very, very good goals. Justified, it has to be said. Clips HQ, acting like every club in England don't have fans outside of the city. That's what I mean. Yeah, like I said, once you get a big club and you start to play in Europe, it's part and parcel. It just happens. And honestly, I think you've got to give more credit to the foreign fans and the fans who do travel to home games from all over the world. Like that's dedication. I know you need local fans too. Like I'm not doing local fans down. You absolutely need local fans too. Of course you do. They are the lifeblood of the club. But you also can't really say that. I mean, without foreign fans, the Premier League doesn't exist. The Premier League doesn't grow anywhere near as much as it has done. The best players in the world wouldn't all aspire to play in the Premier League. This is the Super League. We're blessed to be watching this. And in part, it's because of the fact that we are able to create this global audience. And therefore, they all want to come and watch Premier League football. So, if you're in Australia and you're getting up at 3, 4 in the morning to watch your team play, fucking play to you. I wouldn't do it. And I'm on the doorstep of Liverpool. There's no way I'd be doing it. If I had to get up at 3, 4 in the morning, I'd just find a different sport. Or I'd be watching it back in the morning and finding a way to not find out the score. Twisted Fate, I don't want to hate Kee, but I genuinely can't help it. Tell me one thing to believe in. There's no hope, there's no belief. It's just, I don't know, all there is now is hate because our belief has been stripped. Listen, I firmly do believe... I've wound United up a little bit today, but I will say, I do believe that Manchester United have made a couple of quality signings this season in Cunha and in Burmo. You have got a really good goalkeeper there in Senna Lamens. I think he is a player that helps United move forward. You've got Lenny Yoro at the back. I think Mazraoui is a really astute signing. I think Dorgu could be as well in time. This is just the start of the rebuild process for United. I think that Ruben Amorim... Oh, there's Jim Ratcliffe. I think Ruben Amorim has to go. I genuinely believe that. If I'm a Man United fan, I would have wanted Amorim out last year. There's no way... It doesn't matter how good you think his style of play is or any... It doesn't matter. He's not winning games of football. And if you're not winning games of football and you're losing more than you're winning in most cases with United, and you win nothing, I'm sorry, you have to go. You have to go. You've got a standard, and United don't drop that standard. They're a big club. There's no way Real Madrid would tolerate this. And United are in that bracket, aren't they? There is no way that Real Madrid would ever tolerate this happening. The manager, whoever it was in charge, wouldn't matter how nice he was, wouldn't matter how good he was in interviews, wouldn't matter how the good style of football was or how charming. It wouldn't matter. None of that would matter. Has he won? Has he won enough games to get us in, feel like we're improving? Do we have a chance of getting better? He hasn't. United finished as low as they did last year. They look like they're on course to finish it again this year, to be honest. It's been a really poor Manchester derby performance. I just feel like he's on a real knife edge now, Amorim. And yeah, they need someone else to come in. They need a difference maker. And it ain't Ruben Amorim, sadly. Clips HQ, Man United are the biggest club in the world, so it's part and parcel of being massive. And Liam Manning, didn't he even want to go to United? Who? I think I've lost track of where we're up to there. Shay472, the saddest thing is when we lose now, it just feels like a normality. I don't even feel any shock or pain. It's just boring. And Shay472, I agree, the manager's got to go tonight. Give it to Ollie till the end of the season. Really? You would sack him tonight? See, this is that a little bit reactionary? Like, I don't want to go over the top, but it does just feel a little bit like Ruben Amorim the idea of sacking Amorim would never have happened. If you'd have said at the start of this game today, what are the chances Amorim gets sacked after this? United fans would have gone, no chance. Not a chance he gets sacked. I think he should have gone last season. The United fans seemingly disagreed. You can't really sack him just off the back of this game, can you? Adam Winch Furness says, yes, sack him. And Swifty says, fortunately, what they've bought could easily play in a 4-3-3. That's true. Yeah. They're in again here, City. This could be 4. Oh, it's going to be a goal kick. Shelley, we nearly got relegated. Twisted, come on, chin up. And Chimey, 3-4-3 has to end tonight for sure. But then, do you know what? But then you're asking him to change his whole kind of outlook on football. You're asking him to do something completely different. His whole mantra is 3 at the back, or 5 at the back, whichever way you want to look at it. 3 at the back in possession, 5 at the back without possession. And yeah, it just feels like he's not going to change. So you either stick with it and give your faith to him and say, we'll keep going. There you go. It's won. It's done. Manchester City 3, Manchester United 0. Game over. Pep Guardiola, quick shake of the hand with Ruben Amorim, and The City players look ecstatic. Haaland and Bernardo Silva, all very, very happy. Colo Touré chuffed as well. Love Colo. But, yeah, Manchester United not very happy at all. And I do wonder what the ramifications will be off the back of this. What happens now? Do we think there will be any change? Do we think Amorim does go? That's the other big talking point now. Does Amorim go? I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's the right decision. Razine, it's been a great day of footy for you so far, right? Pool winning, United getting trashed. Shay472 might be a bit reactionary, but there's just nothing to have faith in or believe in. Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe. True enough. It's who they can bring in to replace Amorim. Well, this is it. Who would you bring in? Who would you bring in? Shelley, are they booing? I don't think so. Let's have a look at next Man United manager odds. The next Manchester United manager, the favourite is, would you believe, Oliver Glasner at Crystal Palace. Now, his contract runs out at the end of the season. You could probably get Oliver Glasner now for a pretty decent, severance sum of money. You could probably get him pretty cheap. So, Oliver Glasner, Gareth Southgate, Michael Carrick, Nuno Santo and Xavi. They are your top 5 choices as Manchester United manager. Would you believe it? Oliver Glasner, Southgate, Carrick, Santo, Xavi. Then you go into, the more outrageous ones like Pochettino, Terzic, Marco Silva, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer still in there. Andoni Iraola, I think, would be a fantastic appointment if they could get him. But Glasner certainly seems to be the more gettable one. Now, what about Diego Simeone? Diego Simeone feels like he's kind of fallen out of the reckoning a little bit with Atletico Madrid's hierarchy, and it doesn't feel like it's as good a fit there anymore. Could Simeone fancy a stint in the Premier League? Cholo at Old Trafford? I feel like that'd be, if he could get his, if he could get the Cholo Simeone energy into Manchester United, could you imagine that? Because Amorim just looks beaten. He looks broken, the guy. I feel sorry for him. He just looks broken. He's taking his players over to the away stand there to just go and just wave, say sorry, I guess. Shelley, would Jose go there? Nah, I mean, Jose has been there, done that. I think he probably would go there, yeah, but that's not the appointment United fans want. Adam Winch says not enough biting United players for his style. Adam says Glasner for Arsenal. Nuno would actually be alright for a few seasons. And Swifty, nobody obvious is there. United can't afford another failure. Maybe Michael Carrick then. I mean, Carrick's doing alright, or has done alright when he was at Middlesbrough. I think he did okay. Could it be Kieran McKenna at Ipswich, maybe? Again, people who know Manchester United, who know the club, who've been around the club a long time. Could that be the answer? I don't know. Shay472, can't wait for Bruno and Amorim's interview after the game, apologising to the fans nearly like it happens every week. Twisted Fate, sorry, just isn't good enough anymore. Sorry means they won't do it again, and we simply do it time and time again. I mean, let's not get it twisted. City away is a tough place to go. I'm not trying to defend Amorim anymore, but City away is a tough place to go. If you lose at City, there's a way to lose, right? And 3-0 isn't great. They haven't laid a glove on City. City could have won by 5 or 6. So yes, I understand it's not a particularly nice way to lose. But I don't know if that's worthy of sacking him tonight. Get Ole Gunnar Solskjaer back, says Clarkey. Bring Fergie back, says Walter White. And Unknown says, imagine they get Klopp. Mate, Klopp's not going there. Klopp's already said he would never manage in England again. Imagine if he did. Simeone is a great shout. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess we'll see whether or not there is even a movement in the transfer in the manager. I don't think there is. I think Amorim stays for a while. Chimey, right now we need Roy Keane as interim. I know he'll sort this out quick. And Twisted Fate Key, I can't take losing 1-0. But 3-0 isn't acceptable with that performance. Okay. I get it. Understandable. Clips HQ, I'd rather keep Amorim than get Klopp. No, you wouldn't. Behave yourself. Klopp would sort these right out. Dyche. So Shelley's just suggested Dyche. I do think Sean Dyche, that sort of a manager, is exactly what United need. Someone who'll get them back to basics. Amorim will stay. No point sacking him yet, surely, says Liam. He should have gone at the end of last season. Look at Micah Richards laughing his head off. Micah Richards absolutely bowled over, laughing his head off. Oh, no. Yeah, I think Sean Dyche is the sort of manager United need. And I know that's not the manager they want. They don't want... They need a manager to get them back up the table and not take any risks. They're not going to get into Europe this year. No chance. Clarkey, would you get Jose Mourinho back, Key? No. You don't go back. You don't go back. Never go back. But yeah, Dyche to United. Who knows? Right. I will be back in about an hour's time for Barcelona against Valencia. If you want to watch a little bit of La Liga action with me, make sure you have clicked like and subscribe. Watch on YouTube. Make sure you click subscribe, and I will be live in about 60 minutes. There or thereabouts. We'll watch Barca v Valencia. It's live on Premier Sports, so you can watch along with me if you want. And yeah, we'll do a bit of La Liga action tonight. Let's do a bit of scouting ahead of Barcelona against Newcastle on Thursday next week. So looking forward to that. Let's see how we go. Lots of love. Have a nice night. Take it easy. And enjoy the footy.